Good evening everybody, I'm back on the bank. You find me back again on Watergate. It's Friday evening, it's about 20 past 5 now, and I'm just getting my gear in the swim. Well, I've got my gear in the swim, and then I've just realised that was a goose jumping in. I thought it was a fish. And I've just realised I didn't pick up the net and the mat on the way round. So my gear's in the swim, and I'm picking up the essential net, mat and sling, what have you. And on my way back, and I'm going to be fishing, I don't know if you see it through there, fishing over that side of the lake today. It's flat calm out there at the moment. It's been a beautiful day, absolutely stunning. A little bit chilly wind, and when I got down here, there was quite a chop on the water going, where it's a westerly wind, and it was quite chilly, so I decided to sit up on the back of it. But since I put the gear in the swim, the wind's died down. Now the lake is like a mirror. So rightly or wrongly, but what I did spot when I was walking around, because I did a lap or two of the lake, just looking like you do and listening, and I didn't see anything. But on the way to the swim with the barrow loaded up, I saw something crash just in front of where I'm setting up, literally in front of the swim. So I'm going to get back round there, get the rods out pronto before it gets too dark, and then set the camp up. But trying to do it as quietly as possible. Like I say, I think I saw a fish crash in front of it. I'm sure it was a carp. It's something of size, and I ain't seen any bird life or geese or tufties that might have caused the splash. There's a lot of small silvers in this lake that show at this time of the evening. But it wasn't one of those, it was a proper sploosh. So and I saw the ripples emanating from the swim, and yeah, that was good enough for me. So on the back of the wind, I've seen a fish in the area, I think I have anyway, and I'm getting back. Maybe you'll see behind me. I'll just turn the camera around in a second. So if I turn the camera around, there you go, that's the way I'm heading. And you see all my gear is on the sort of table, garden table, on the barrow, and all I've done so far is get the rods in the rests in position, ready for casting out. So I'm going to I'm splitting the rods up for this session. One will be going over there towards the island, and the other one I'm thinking of going down into this channel with, or maybe just over the tree over there. I've not seen any fish down here, but they do get down here. I know that for a fact. Now, I'll switch it around again, just explain one other thing. I'm the only one on here at the moment, because the lake was closed today while there's some maintenance going on. And I think Charlie has siltexed the lake. Now, I'm making excuses already. I don't know if that's going to put anything in my favour. So they've probably been disrupted by Charlie on the boat today, and they've had the siltex put down, I think. I'm pretty sure they have. I've messaged Charlie to find out if he's done it. So if he has, they may be super spooked, they may not be up for feeding, but got to be in it to win it. Anyway, let me crack on, and I'll see you in a little while. Good evening guys, it's fully dark now. I did get set up before it got dark, got the rods out first, then put the house up, go for it in the house just before it got too dark to see what's going on. So yeah, all set up. I'm feeling pretty confident actually, don't know why, just am. But I've seen a couple of fish show. I've seen another one show to my left, the next swim down, and I've seen one show sort of straight out in front of me, almost in the middle of the lake. But yeah, it's promising. Hopefully if they're on the move, they might get on the munch. But I spoke to Charlie. Well, I didn't speak to Charlie, I messaged Charlie, asked him if he did siltex the lake today. He didn't siltex it. He has done some maintenance, cutting back trees and what have you, and checking the depth of the silt. So there has been some disturbance, but hopefully it's temporary, and yeah, it's not going to affect the fishing too much. Might spook the fish a bit, might push them around the lake maybe, but I'm not seeing anything right in front of me, just that one that I saw when I started walking to the swim earlier. I've not seen anything since, but I've spooned the baits out, even though like they're close. The one towards the island is nicely sort of quite tight, but not too tight to the island, underneath like a overhanging bush, and the right hand rod is just the other side of the bay. There used to be a tree over there that's been cut back. It used to be a nice sort of sanctuary. You used to see the fish in there quite often, but the tree's not there anymore. But hopefully the fish will still feel safe for a while, thinking that, you know, that's where they like to be. So I put a bait over there just in case. And yeah, so I'm just having a cup of tea, and yeah, just enjoying myself. I've just done the Wordle today, bloody hard. I think it took me all 6 attempts to get it right, but yeah, so anyway, I'm going to relax, have a cup of tea, and listen. We've had a little bit of rain. There's a little drizzle rain going on. It was not forecast. I think it's only like a 6-8% chance of rain tonight, but it is drizzling. You may be able to pick it up on the camera. But yeah, it's very, very subtle rain. You know, it's that sort of stuff that it's not going to get you wet straight away, but if you're out in it for a little while, you will get pretty damp. But anyway, I'm tucked up in the bivvy and having a cup of tea, and I'm waiting for these buzzers to go. And actually, I feel quite confident. I really do think something's going to happen. So I'll keep you posted, and I'll see you in a little while. Morning, guys. About 6:30, just getting light. And yeah, the wind's picking up again. It was very still in the night. A few more drizzly showers, but generally still. I didn't think it was that cold, but there's a slight frost on the unlucky map, but nothing, just a very slight frosting, so it must have been pretty chilly. But yeah, so I thought it was quite a mild night, to be fair, but maybe I'm getting hardened to it. But anyway, catch up time. All very quiet. I had a single bleep on the left hand rod towards the island, probably about 10 o'clock in the night, which I ran out to sit over the top just in case anything developed. And then at 3:30 this morning, the right hand rod across the little channel, and yeah, that started. A couple of beats on that, boots on. I went over the top, and it's twitching up and down, just like very, very slightly. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep. Like that, and I'm like, shall I hit it, shan't I? What I haven't told you is I've changed the lead setup on this trip, and I was hoping, because last session I'd done last week, I think I got done, and I thought I'd change the setup slightly. If it works, I'll show you what it is. And I was hoping to avoid getting those sort of dodgy little bleeps where you think you might have been done. And I think I was done last night. It was beep, 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 like I said. And yeah, it's normally, if it's a liner, it's sort of, you know, up to the top and then back down, nice and sharp. And it happens once, maybe twice, but not, you know, like that. And so I'm not too sure what to think, really. Have I been done? Probably. So anyway, that was it, 3:30. So apart from that, there really isn't a lot to report. Pretty good night's sleep, so that's all good. So yeah, I'm gonna have my cup of tea and listen out. Oh, I have, when I was getting the camera set up, something just made a bit of a noise, a bit of a splash, about a rod and a half length out to the left of this swim. It sounded carpy. My first thoughts were, I bet it's a goose or a swan or something splashing, but there was nothing there, and it was far too big for any of the silvers in here. So yeah, something just on the left hand side. Now that's not far from where I saw the one crash yesterday evening when I was walking around with the gear. I haven't got any bait over that side. All my baits are going over to the right hand side, but I'm going to keep an eye on it, and if it comes to it I might leapfrog the right hand rod over to the left. But it's giving me an option, but I'm going to keep my ears and eyes open and see if I need to change tactics. Anyway, catch you in a little while. Okay guys, just getting on for 10:30, and I just had a funny little take on the left hand rod over towards the island. Beep 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 beep, you know, the sort of thing. Anyway, I thought I'm not hanging around. I've picked the rod up, round down, pulled into it, and first of all I didn't think there's anything on, and then I thought, oh, maybe it's a branch or something, 'cause it just felt like it was pulling one way slightly, and then all of a sudden it started going to the left, and I thought, no, that ain't no branch. But it didn't feel big at all. Or it didn't. Yeah, it's hard to actually tell there's a fish on, and there was a fish on, not a carp, a pike, tiny pike, about so big, booked fair and square with the wafter, with the hook in the scissors of its mouth, or in the scissors of its jaw. Yeah, it's picked up my wafter, and yeah, gave me a funny little take. So I'm just going to put a fresh bait on and get it back out there. Very weird, eh? How weird is that? But anyway, let's get another one on, and we'll see what happens. So like I say, it's a wafter bait. It's got all sorts of concoctions, powders and liquids on it, and yeah, let's see what happens. Let's get that air stuff in there. Just standard hair rig using silicone tube on the hook, holding the air in place, and a shrinker liner like so. But yeah, that was it. Let's see if we can get another one. So I'm going to put one of my little bags on as well and spoon it back out there. Let's see how we get on. It's cool, isn't it? As you can see, it was pretty windy when I was putting the pole up, and that does make it quite difficult. But what I found using the pole I've made is to sort of counteract the bend in the pole. So the pole will start bending obviously with the wind, and then what I find is if you ease it into the wind as far as you can, the pole will slowly bend in the direction you're pushing the pole to go, and then you'll get to a point where you almost flick the pole the opposite way, and the shape of the pole will bend round into the opposite direction of the wind. It's quite complex to explain, but hopefully you can see what I mean from the video. Down there. Down there. Go in there like that. And then flip that round. And that should... further. What that does, sort of flicks it back where you want it to go, like so. That just about there. That'll do me there. I'm just going to let that line sink for a bit. Let's do that away. So the foam's come up. Watch you guys, it's about 3:30 and I thought I'd better do a catch up. Now, since that pike this morning, what's happened? Not a lot. I've repositioned both rods. The left hand rod I've come slightly off the island, the one I had that pike on. Similar sort of spot, just a foot or so further off the island, and the right hand rod is similar spot again, but I decided to go a little bit to the left of where I had it, and again a little bit off the bank, just to hopefully be, you know, slightly in the deeper water maybe. And all I've had since that pike this morning is wind bites. The wind is bitter. It's a northerly wind coming straight behind the bivvy, and it's really not very nice outside. It's freezing cold. We've had a few spots of rain, but it's held off really. But the wind is biting. If you stay out there too long, your hands get frozen. So I'm taking shelter and comparative warmth in the bivvy, and yeah, nothing to report. Just the wind hitting the rods every now and again, making them beep, but nothing fishy. And I've not seen anything. I've heard a fish earlier, and it didn't sound too far away. It sounded just to my left, but slightly in front of this room to the left. So I'm pretty sure there's fish around, but they're not, you know, there's not obvious signs. But like I say, I am sort of stuck in the bivvy, and I'm not facing the main part of the lake, so I may be missing out on a large proportion of fish watching. But it is definitely too cold to be sat outside, and yeah. So I'm going to get back, sitting in the bivvy, keeping warm, get the brew on again, and I'll let you know if anything happens. Okay guys, just about to start having my tea, and tonight I've got red Thai, chicken curry, and spicy crackers to go with it. Yum yum. Anyway, I'll get that in the Ridge Monkey, and I'll let you know how it tastes. Okay, so just cooking my tea, the old Thai curry, and left hand rod towards the island, started twitching and slowly pulled up to the top, so off went the stove and on the rod. £18, 14, Watergate common. Absolutely made up to bits with this one. Absolutely chuffed. I thought it's going to be another blank. It's bloody cold. That wind is terribly cold. It's dying down a little bit, but yeah, to get one, I'm happy. And what a fish, absolutely stunning. Gave a good account for itself as well, which is always good. Nearly right tapped me right end rod round into the spit round the side here. Yeah, so happy days. I'll quickly show you the other side. There we go. And you can come forward, you're not in the shot. There we go. It's got its dorsal up there. £18, 14, Watergate common. First, well, it's the second fish of the season for me. First fish in March, and yeah, I'm made up. And I still call this winter fishing. I don't care what anyone says. This is still blooming cold. So I'm going to get him back, get the rod back out there, and see if we get fine, Harry. You're fine, yeah. And see if we can get another one. Happy days. Hey. Watch, guys, it's starting to get dark. It's not so bad on the camera, but the reason I'm outside is because you wouldn't be able to see me inside the bivvy, it's too dark. So, happy days, £18, 14, lovely common, good strap. I'm absolutely over the moon. The rod's back out on the same spot. Who knows, it might still go again. But if not, I'm going to go home happy. That's what I came here for. I'd have been happy with a single figure fish this weekend. I just wanted to get the buzzers working. So there we go, got it, and what a nice stonking fish it was too. Gave a really good account for itself as well. And yeah, the stove's back on, got my curry on the go, warming up again, and I'm going to tuck into that, enjoy that, and relax and chill. If anything happens in the night, I'll get the camera out. Failing that, I'll see you in the morning. So there you go, guys. Been a long time coming, interrupted by a lovely fish. I'm not too concerned about that, but now's the time. I'm going to get this down my neck and chill. So I'll see you in a little while. Good morning, guys. First cup of tea of the day. And nothing to report for the night. About 8 o'clock last night, the wind really picked up. It was getting stronger and stronger. There's really strong gusts. The sort of wind, you're lying in your bed, and you just hear it coming. You can hear it coming across the way, building up, and then all of a sudden, whack! It hits your bivvy. The old bivvy starts shaking, and then it's gone again. And then 10 minutes later, you hear it again, and so on and so on. But yeah, so it was pretty restless night last night, really. The bivvy kept waking me up as it was being shook. Yeah, so I even had the door down last night just to give myself a little bit more protection. Yeah, so it looks like a repeat of yesterday morning. The breeze is still there, coming from behind me. I've just seen something bosh a couple of minutes ago. 2-3 rod lengths out, just to my left, almost straight out in front of the swim, to be fair. So that's promising, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so yesterday evening, a fellow I know called Harry, he turned up. He's gone in a couple of swims round, and yeah, so I'll have to see how he got on. I didn't hear any of his buzzers in the night, but it doesn't surprise me because it was so windy. My own buzzers were going off from time to time. That was keeping me awake as well. But obviously, these things happen in such strong gusts. But anyway, that's the catch-up. Still time for another. You never know. But in the meantime, chill, watch the water and just see what happens. I'll see you in a little while. You'll see there's quite a few tufties around this morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the torch out and try and scare them off before they even come near me. There we go. That done the job. Okay guys, just coming up to lunchtime and I'm going to wrap it up soon. I'm going to slowly start packing the gear down. It's still bitterly cold, not so bad when the sun comes out, which it's doing from time to time in amongst the clouds. It's actually quite nice, but the wind is still very breezy, hence the reason I've not done much footage outside of the bivvy. It would just be too noisy, you'd have too much wind noise, you wouldn't be able to hear me. As for today, not a lot's happened. I had a funny sort of sharp take, or sharp take, not a take, a lift on the bobbin, which could have been a liner. But yeah, apart from that, just trying to keep the tufties away from the area of the bait using the tufty torch, because there's a big armada of tufties going around on the lake at the moment, and I don't want them getting their heads on my bait and not being able to get rid of them. So as soon as they're in the area, a quick flash of the tufty torch and they're off. But yeah, lovely in the sun at the moment. Well, inside the bivvy it's still freezing cold outside and still very windy. But yeah, so that's it. Call it a day. Gonna go home happy. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits to have had that fish yesterday, and yeah, hopefully I'll be back down again soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, it's been a hard slog, I know it has, and yeah, if you're bearing with me, thank you. You're sharing all the pain and tribulations that goes with carp fishing. But until next time, guys, if you're on the bank, be lucky and stay safe. Take care, guys.